Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Remy and Arletta, a movie about two girls who are in high school, and it's based on a best-selling novel, and I think at least one of them's gay. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this is an indie movie. It's a drama. Remy has a mom who's a drunk and hits her, and Arletta is her friend. I think Arletta is definitely gay, is in love with her, but I don't know if Remy is gay or if she's just a real chummy friend. And then there's a third girl involved too. I'm not sure how the blonde ties in, but it's done like in sort of this slice of life kind of way. It's just random scenes. They don't seem to drive the narrative forward all that much. So here, Arletta is piercing Remy's belly button, and that's like a big scene, and they're both very close, and they go to parties and talk to boys, but I guess they're not into boys. Here's her mother, all crashed out, and she just keeps talking about leaving. Oh, we gotta leave. Oh, we're gonna leave someday. Oh, okay. When we gonna leave? Because my mom hits me. So, I mean, it's kind of sad. I'm really not sure where this narrative's going. I mean, first act, and here's a big clue. They're on this social media platform, and they're talking to guys, and they're like, "Oh, you want to see us make out?" Yeah, because I think you're both into each other, so I think you both want to make out. But I don't know if that happens in the movie or not. But so the basic deal is, in the first act, they're friends, or maybe they meet. But Remy's mom is a drunk, possibly a prostitute too. I don't know, but of course nobody knows. Remy is trying to deal, but she, her mother's just falling apart. And then second act, she either meets Arletta, or they're talking seriously about graduation and getting out of town and formulating a plan. But they're teenagers, so they don't really have any good plans. They don't really know what they're doing. And so probably the third act, either in a slice of life kind of drama like this, it either ends with Remy dying or just disappearing. Like, she has to get out underneath her mother, so she leaves, possibly by herself, when Arletta can't, because Arletta maybe isn't capable of just leaving and starting to live her life at 18 or however old they are. And then the sad ending would be that Remy becomes just like her mom. Like, she's forced into becoming a prostitute because she doesn't really have any job skills and can't support herself, and that's kind of the only way. And so she falls into drugs and drinking just like her, and then Arletta sees her years later, and it's just sad. Or, I mean, the happier ending would be they run away together, and maybe they somehow make it, but you don't really see it, but you get the impression that maybe they might. Or, I don't know. I mean, it just seems very sort of grounded, a little too grounded. They're two attractive leads, but I don't know who this movie is for, really, other than I guess maybe lesbians would like it, because it's a lesbian love story. Maybe it's kind of a coming of age movie too, but it's kind of hard to tell because there's not a real strong driving narrative here that seems to at least drive the trailer. It just seems a bunch of random scenes that are sort of linked together. So, look, I get it if you want to do a drama like this, but at the same time, if you're going to get people to see it, and you want people to see it, I assume, you need to have something a little more, I don't know, a little more blatant. Just tell us what it's about. Like, give us a scene. Don't be coy in the trailer. You're trying to sell this thing in a trailer. Tell us what this is about. What's at the core of this? Is it Remy's, escaping? Is that a real possibility in this movie? You don't really get the sense of it in this trailer. Like, we would need to get the sense of it. Like, maybe Remy's saving up money and Arletta's saving up money too, but it's not so realistic that they'll even be able to have enough. There's no way they'll be able to get an apartment, and something like that. Like, show us that either their dreams are not very realistic, or that Arletta is actually trying. She's gonna get out, and then she's gonna have a job at the Dairy Queen or whatever, and then they're gonna make it work. Something. Or that Remy is just, another way this could end is, one of them does something horrible to themselves, I'll say, and that could be very sad. But I mean, you wouldn't want to give that away in the trailer, but that would be kind of a downer ending. Who the hell wants to see that? But if it's going to be a coming of age movie, I think you should make it more fun if you want people of that age to see it. But I think it's more aimed at women, so I guess there'll be a lot of drama here. Mom and daughter drama, girl on girl drama. I don't think you'll get a lot of males watching this thing. It feels really slowly paced. So, it probably goes direct to art house. So, who's going to see this thing? So maybe you get some hipsters from the college go to see it because they were just like this a few years ago, and a couple of local movie nuts who just see everything, and beyond that, I don't really see I don't see that it has a wider appeal unless you really push the sort of that universal notion of love, like they're deeply in love kind of thing. It's a little too grounded because it just seems like, okay, they're both into each other, but they're both very teenager about it. Like, if you're going to do epic love story, do it. Like, give us a couple lines like, I don't know what I'll do without you. Like, you can never leave me kind of thing. Like a desperation that, like, these two girls have to be together or it'll be a disaster kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't know. It just seems sort of there. Would I see it? Probably not. I mean, if I got back into my movie mode where I was seeing everything, yeah, I'd probably be on the list, and I'd go to the art house movie and see it if it even hits the art house theaters near me. Most likely, I probably wouldn't see it. Maybe on streaming. Maybe, if I was seeing it was dating another movie nut and we had burned through all the good movies. Currently, not to say this isn't good, but we're just looking for anything different. Probably be her suggestion, and I'd be like, I guess so. So, so it's called Remy and Arletta. Do we have a date on when it comes out? I don't think we do. But it's got that very sort of Woody Allen kind of font. Oh, here's a write-up. Okay. Check out the new trailer for Remy and Arletta, starring Michaela Whitman and Riley Quinn Scott. Director Arthur Dienet. Synopsis. Remy attempts to balance her relationship with her alcoholic mother and longtime best friend Arletta. When Remy leads on her best friend as a coping mechanism, she learns that their codependent friendship is more than she realized. Okay. Not really seeing that. Remy seems fairly together, despite the fact of her mother. She seems more together. Arletta seems more desperate than her. But, okay. That's slightly better. But I think we needed to see some of that in the trailer. I think we needed to see a little bit of that desperation in the relationship. Would have helped sell it more. Like, oh, these two girls, you know, they love each other, but it's like too much, you know, like one of those kinds of relationships. Like they're kind of good for each other, but they're, you know, some people, especially teenagers, they get so wrapped up in an early relationship, they kind of just like consume each other's personality until there's nothing left, and then, you know, they kind of can't function. So maybe something like that. That kind of sounds like what it is. But I would like to see more of that in the trailer. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan just off camera. Thanks for tuning in. I would thank all who came out to the Bridgeton High School today for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. I'll be at Heavy Reel Brewery on Friday at 7 p.m. for my next talk on the Jersey Devil at Seaside Heights. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. 2 other videos on the other platforms. Make sure you're subscribed there because, quite frankly, YouTube seems to be knocking off people left and right now. There's a new app now. I don't know what it's called. I'm afraid to say it because YouTube just banned a dude, I think, for promoting it. So I think YouTube, a great purge is a coming again. So make sure you're signed up on either Odysee, Bitchute, or Rumble, or all 3. And you can find me there on Rumble. The name of the channel is Screenplays and Opinions. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.